Laura Ray, and today we're going to talk about a cushion foundation from a Korean makeup company that's gone viral, that is getting so many great reviews. I've been testing it out, and I have something I think is better and even more affordable. Today we're talking about this brand, TIRTIR. It's a brand that makes these different cushion foundations depending on what you're looking for, whether you're looking for something very sheer or more full coverage. Well, the one that's gone viral is this one that is full coverage. So I bought this well over a month ago, and I've been testing it out. It is beautiful coverage. It will give you full coverage in a thin amount. That's the appeal of these cushions, is that you can get such a fine layer on your skin that your skin will look more skin-like, and it won't look like you're wearing heavy makeup, which is perfect for mature women like me. I'm almost 60, and I want a thin amount of coverage on the face. But what I found when I used this and tested it is that at the end of the day, I did have some collecting. I had some collecting here around the mouth, a little bit here in fine lines that I have, and on the forehead. So what I have that works better, I bought my own cushion. You can buy a case and make your own with your favorite foundation. Now, this foundation that TIRTIR makes is supposed to last 72 hours. So what I did was I picked my foundation I feel that's the most affordable, that lasts the longest. And that's the Catrice, the HD liquid coverage. This is supposed to last 24 hours. I've never tested it that long, but I've tested it for 14 to 15 hours, and it still looks great. And so what I did was I purchased my own cushion. Now, those of you that have watched my channel a long time know that several years ago, as far back I think as 2017, I was talking about cushions and making your own. So for those of you that have been around a while, even a couple of you have asked me, do I still use a cushion? All I did was put my Catrice right into the cushion. Before I did, I wiped the casing out with alcohol. I have a 70% alcohol. I just wiped it out. I made sure that the cushion that I buy separately was really clean, and then I filled it with the Catrice. I didn't use the whole bottle. I find it's best to put in about 2 or 3 weeks worth, and then by then I take the cushion out, wash the cushion, and fill it again. I feel like that's the best way to keep this cushion hygienic and everything, but this is beautiful. So when I look at the TIRTIR, I can see some collecting right here along my lines. Now, I experienced that also when I wasn't under hot lights like I am now. I think it even happened sooner because of it. Also, the TIRTIR does have skin ingredients in it, and that's probably what's making it more moisturizing, which is making it break down a little bit. Now, the Catrice does have niacinamide in it and says it's sweat proof, and they promise a lot with the TIRTIR also, that it's so long lasting, that it's transfer proof, and all of that. But I feel like the Catrice here does not get in the fine lines as much as the TIRTIR. I can see it collecting right up in here. Now, a great thing to do for that, if you did want to try the TIRTIR, is to take a clean brush and just buff it out when you're done. I would take a brush and go over and get rid of any extra product that might collect in lines. And I think that's really helpful. And that's what I did today on both sides. And that lends itself to less collecting in wrinkles. I feel like the great thing with buying your own compact is if you already have a foundation that you love, you can just put it in there and use it. And this is a great way to apply it. Now, I separately bought a cushion that goes inside of the case, and then also the little sponge. Part of the magic is the sponge also, because you don't collect much product and then you just lightly stamp it. And what you can do if you want more coverage is stamp one layer on, let it dry down, and then do another layer. Now, the great thing with your own cushion, the world's your oyster. You can pick any foundation shade from any line that works for you and put it inside the cushion. If you're enjoying this video right now, I hope you'll leave a thumbs up. I'd love to hear from you, a comment. And also, if you're not subscribed, I would love to have you here. The nice thing about a cushion too, it's great for taking it with you for touch-up. So if you find you're getting breakdown around the nose, I have allergies, so sometimes, depending on the time of year, I will need tissues and the foundation will wear away. So you can just take this with you, take your little puff, go into this, and just touch up around the nose like this. And it just works so great. I wanted to show you some of the other things that I used today before I put on the foundation. I used my Prequel sunscreen. I really am loving this. It's a great mineral sunscreen. Also for skincare, I've been wearing the Wet n Wild. This is an essence. It serves as a primer essence. They call it a 5-in-1, and I don't have any reactions to it. It's very hydrating on my skin, so I'm really enjoying that. I put on my favorite lip mask, the Sarah Happ. This is on the pricier side of things, but it's so illuminating. I love the glistening that it has in it. It makes my lips look really nice and soft looking. Now for the eyes, I went on with my boomstick, the Glimmer. And the other day somebody asked me, what do you have on your eyes? And that's all I had was this shade. And then I just took a brush to blend it out a little bit. My liner today is from Prime Prometics. I love how it glides on the eyes. It's got the little sharpener on this end as well as a little silicone smudger, so I don't need to carry a smudge brush with me. But I love how these last. They don't smudge. They're so smooth and they just glide across the eyes. I also use the Glimmer on my cheeks, and I think it just gives a beautiful luminosity. It's not sticky either, not to where, I mean, I can feel it when I touch it like this, but my hair doesn't stick to it or anything. And it really lasts all day and looks so natural looking. Maybelline's just come out with a new liquid blush. I really like this shade. This is called Sun Kisser, and the shade's number 12, Summer in the City. And it really does look like summer, very bronzy looking. I think it's really pretty. It's very thin. It goes on a little more like, it's not really a cream, but it's not very watery either until you blend it out. Once you blend it out, it almost has a very watery texture to it. As I start rubbing it, the texture changes and it does feel like water. This particular shade has a little bit of gold glisten to it. So I just think it's really pretty and warms up the complexion. For my under eyes, I took the Queen Bee Peeper Keeper, applied that first, and then went in with my favorite concealer, the Winky Lux. It works so great. It just is enough coverage for me. It's not as high coverage, I would say, as like IT Cosmetics, where that's really a strong one that they have. But this gives enough coverage. It looks nice in the under eyes. I'm in the shade Light Beige. I really like this shade. It brightens me up a little bit, but not too much. For eye cream today, I used the Be Naturals. This is their Peeper Keeper Bright Eyes. I love the luminosity that this gives. It's such a beautiful weight. It absorbs into the skin really quickly. I always think of it as like not too thin, not too thick, and has such a beautiful texture to it. It's very cosmetically elegant. I just love it for my under eyes. My eye pencil today is from ColourPop. I'm in the shade Taupe, and this is a great little pencil. I find it to be a little creamier than the Anastasia. I like that. It's just easier for me to work with. It's not quite as stiff as that one is, and I just think it's a really good, affordable pencil. Now for lips, I was mixing this, the Colorstay Suede ink, with the Sarah Happ, but I just thought it wasn't showing up enough. I wanted a little more punch. So I wiped that off and I put on the new CoverGirl. This is in the shade Daring Kiss, and I just think it's such a beautiful shade for every day. It glides. Look at how nice that goes across the lips. Just really beautiful. For mascara, I'm using the Maybelline Firework. I like this. The wand is so lightweight, but it allows me to get deep into the lashes. So I haven't had any flaking or any mess from it. I, as you know, prefer tubing mascaras because you are guaranteed they're going to stay. But this one seems to stay great. Let me know in the comments if you've ever used a cushion foundation before. Also, I wanted to mention that some people mix sunscreen into their cushion or highlighter. I don't like putting the sunscreen in because I use a lot of sunscreen and I feel like it would throw off the mix of the foundation. So I prefer just to put it on my face first, the sunscreen, and then go in later with the cushion. But let me know if you've tried it or not. All of the links for everything are in the description of the video. I appreciate and love you all so much. I hope you have a blessed week, and I'll see you soon.